In this video, I'll show you how to batch move Joomla articles from one category to another. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning in to Maintenance Money Livestream number 75. 25 to go to the big 100. We'll have to do something special, won't we? As I said in this video, we're going to see how to batch move Joomla articles from one category to another. I'm going to do it on one of my client sites because some things are messed up. Stay tuned and make sure you watch to the end because I'm going to let you know how you can find out a more advanced way to move articles when they're jumbled in with others. So in the meantime, let's turn our attention over to the screen. And I just want to remind you that, let me move that out of the way. I want to remind you, head on over to Basic Joomla Tutorials, basicjoomla.com. And I keep clicking on the wrong link there. And /giveaways, enter into this month's giveaway. Prizes that you can win. Today I will highlight iloveoldtimeradio.com. It's not a Joomla prize as such, but it is a Joomla site, and it's put together by our channel friend Vinny A. Bear, and you can win a free silver membership to iloveoldtimeradio.com. So you get to listen to some shows that only members can listen to. All right, now on to the topic at hand. This is a website for Faith Community Church in Black Falls, Alberta. And when you go to resources and sermons, when you want to see sermons, you're presented with a list of sermons. But what's happening here is the newest sermon, which is always at the top, is from a couple of years ago. And sermons they've been adding since then don't show up here. In looking into what the problem was, I discovered that at some point a couple of years ago, instead of putting new sermons in the sermons category, which is a subcategory of resources, they've just been putting them in resources. And what that does is it leaves with a ton of articles that are in the wrong category, not showing up as they should. So I'm just going to check this in right now, that article. So basically what we're going to do here is I will show you how to batch move articles, but then there is a way using a Regular Labs extension where we can set up a query and use a DB replacer where it will look in each of these articles for something that is unique in the sermons articles, and then it will change the category that way, leaving all the other things and resources in place. And I'll tell you how you can learn about that in just a second. Batch moving articles is pretty basic. You're basically going to look for the articles that you want to move, and you're just going to select them. So why don't we move these first three? Select the articles that you want to move by checking next to them, and then go up to the top. And of course, we're in the Articles Manager here. Go up to Batch, and then look for this. To move or copy your selection, please select the category. So today we're just looking at moving. And so we're going to select the category we want it to go into. It's already in resources, but it's going to go into sermons. Now there might actually, excuse me, be some Christmas sermons that are in there. And in that advanced way, I'll show you how we can avoid moving those or putting them in the proper subcategory eventually. Anyway, so we're going to move these three to the sermons category. We have move selected, and then we're just going to go process, and those will be moved over. We'll just wait for that to continue. And there you go. You'll see that they are there. Who do you love? This little light of mine. The greatest thing. They're now in resources and sermons. Now, as I said, in this category resources, let's just filter that out. In the resources category, we have, let's see, we're showing 50 pages. Let's show 100 pages per screen here. Easier on the math. 100 pages per screen, and down here at the pagination we see there are 5 pages. So we've got at least, I think that works out to 500, 5 times 100, at least 500 different articles in the resources category. The only thing is that some of those articles are should be in the resources category. We don't want to move them to sermons. So if you're dealing with 500 articles and manually going through and batch processing and copying them, moving them. Don't copy that. I'll make a copy of them and leave the original in place. But moving them to a new location, it's going to be time consuming and it's going to be tedious in order to do that. So what you want to do is set up using the tool a regular Labs DB replacer, and you want to go into there and set up a filter that will look for certain things unique to each article. And that is going, I'm going to do that in the next Watch Me Work live stream in 2 days time on Twitch, basicjoomla.com/Twitch. And then that's Wednesday. Friday, the replay of that will be on the YouTube channel. So you can watch it live on Twitch, or you can watch the replay in 4 days, and you'll see that advanced method for batch moving, hunting and pecking, batch moving Joomla articles from one category to another and leaving things in place where you want them. So we'll be taking a look at that next week. Not next week, in 2 days. So twitch.tv/basicjoomla. Head on over there now, follow. So if you have questions, you can ask questions right away because there's a 10-minute delay. So that is all for today for Maintenance Monday. We'll keep the stream going here and chat with whoever is there and catch up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do subscribe. Leave a comment in the section below what you'd like to see on this channel, and ring the bell when you subscribe so you get for notifications. You'll be alerted when I go live and also when new tutorials are added on the site. So enjoy batch moving your Joomla articles to categories if you're doing it simply. If you have something more complex to do, we'll see you in a couple of days. So for now, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. And hello! It is dead in this chat, Vinny. It's almost like someone should come on here and talk. There's the Zoom link. I'm all set up nice today. I was up early this morning to take my wife to the airport. She's gone away for business overnight, a meeting in Saskatchewan where there's winter there. And so, yeah, whenever I take my wife to the airport now for when she flies out for these meetings, I treat myself to a cup of tea and a toasted bagel with butter and bacon at Tim Hortons on the way back. So I've been back. Hey, John. So I have been, I was back home just around 9, awake, did a little bit, did a little bit of work, went and got cleaned up for the live stream, and here we are. Oh, I don't have my sound on. Are you there, Vinny? I didn't even hear that, if you are. Sorry, I hate to leave you in the call there talking. Vinny, I tagged you in, there you are. Hello, Vinny.
Hello.
There you are. Hello, Vinny. That's the echo right at the beginning. I know there's only one in now. Hello, Vinny. That's the echo. Oh, wow. That's a good one. Vinny, I tagged you in a Facebook post today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, you saw that? Good. Did you see that the person went and their internet provider blocked it?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's no malware.
What we're talking about is Facebook. Let's head there. The Facebook Joomla group. Let's see. We'll bring that up on the page, and we'll drop me down into the bottom corner there. And there was someone that was asking for, we'll find it.
Right there.
Yeah, is that it? Does anyone use tags and want to share elegant solutions examples online? So the best and most elegant solution I could think of tags is iloveoldtimeradio.com. So I directed them to that, and then someone said they couldn't see the extra use of tags. So I sent a screenshot about that because maybe they just didn't notice the, I mean, it is subtle because it just looks like it fits there.
Well, part of the problem is that most of the tags are only available now to be seen by people who are logged in.
Oh.
So the only tag that's there when you're not logged in is the show tag.
Oh, okay. Well, I will have to explain that right away in there. Because I sent them a screenshot. They're probably going saying, whoo. There you go. Okay, well, that explains that.
But I'm not sure why that person their IP is blocking that or spam or anything like that. I don't spam anything out. The only ad right now I have running is that one particular ad on top.
For Roshan, yeah. And that's not even pulled from anywhere, is it? It's just a picture and a hot link.
Yeah. It's just it's not like an ad from Google Ads or anything like that.
All right. Well, I'll have to go in there and explain that afterwards. Okay, so John, we are just about a week and 2 days away from you doing your update on Hodameta. So looking forward to that. Last week's Watch Me Work live stream got good traffic because Mary shared it in the Joomla Facebook group. So that was fun.
Yay, Mary.
Yeah. We need more Marys in the world. Hey, did you get much snow, Vinny?
I would say that.
Yeah, how much did you get?
I don't know the exact you know what? Let me look it up.
Mary says 1 Mary is enough. Yeah, Mary, I did see that Vinny had someone coming to plow, but I figured that was just an ordinary arrangement. But I didn't know he snowed in. But he's going to look up the amounts here. So yes, Mary, thank you very much for sharing. I did get your note too that you had shared it, and I am going to go back in and comment because you had mentioned I should mention about John Moholt doing his Hodameta update in another week's time. So yeah, I think that would be another great one for people to watch. But yeah, the traffic was really good on that one. So that was nice. You guys maybe noticed I didn't have play a long countdown today. I'm just doing a little bit of testing to see how long it takes to connect. I want to come up with, instead of the 1 minute countdown, just kind of come up with some preview video that can play that won't matter if the first couple seconds gets cut off. But a bunch of Joomla folks partying here, yes. Hey, you know what? The other day, one of my New Year's plans for success. Remember, I said I was going to post make some ads in some of the free websites around the area. I haven't done that yet, but I started searching, and I went to one local one and searched for Joomla, and lo and behold, there's a guy that comes up who is, I think it's a guy. There's a company that comes up based in my town, which is not a big town, who is doing Joomla sites, and so I'm going to contact him. Who knows where he lives? Like our city is not that big, so he's within I bet you he's within 3 mile radius of me. So maybe he would like to form a Joomla user group. But all right, what's the count there, Vinny?
I'm not finding it.
You're not finding it. How about Googling it?
Yeah.
Just say, Alexa, how much snow is there outside at my house? Ask Alexa. She's always talking.
I have my my speakers down, so you can't set her up.
No, okay. That would be fun. That would be fun to be able to set off other people's Alexas. My daughter was telling me that her 5-year-old grandson, he's going to be 6 in February, has figured out the Google Assistant, assistants. So there was something that he wanted to do. Oh, parachuting. He saw a video on parachuting, and he said, "Oh, parachuting would be fun." And so my daughter said, "Oh, I wonder if they have parachuting for kids." Anyway, so he disappears and he comes back with her phone. He says, "Yeah, look, they do." He had asked Alexa. He had asked Google, "Is there parachuting for children?" And so this came up. So she was looking at the history of searches on her phone, and the thing he searched afterwards was, "I love you, Google." So yeah, so you could just ask Alexa how much snow there is outside. And now Alexa might say, "Why don't you go out and measure it?"
All right, I'll ask her. Okay, Alexa, how much snow do I have outside?
There are flurries right now. You can expect about 1.42 inches. By the way, there's a wind chill warning for that area until Tuesday, January 22nd, 8 a.m.
Yeah, so I'm estimating we got about no more than 2 feet of snow.
Okay, yeah, that's significant.
Yeah, it was quite a bit, and the wind chill is expected to get to negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Degrees Celsius.
Yes, you know, Fahrenheit and Celsius meet at -40.
Well then, we're just about close to being together.
Yes, well, I'm far away from that because I think today it's going to be up to 8 degrees, which is double that 30, 46 degrees or something like that. So, yes, when I lived in Ontario, we did see -40 sometimes. In fact, when I was 10, we went to Florida, to Disney World is in Florida, and while we were down there, they reached -40 up in my hometown. And when we were in Florida, they actually went down to freezing. We went to Disney World one day, and all we had were spring jackets, and everybody else was bundled up. I mean, we didn't bring winter coats anyways, but man, they had oil shortages because of people running all the electricity to heat things and burn things, and there we were. And it was like, I don't know, 32 degrees Fahrenheit around that. So yes, that's -40 is cold. It's a dry cold though. You come out to the West Coast, it's a wet cold. Mary will tell you about that when people say, "Oh man, it's cold up there. Oh, it's not bad like back east." Yes, but it's a wet cold. Cold. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not sure what a wet cold is. I know what a dry heat is.
Well, it's like a damp cold, a wet cold, a damp cold.
We don't get dry heats in Vermont. Our humidity really sucks.
Yeah, I bet it does. I worked in the dry cleaners in Ontario when I was in high school, and in the summertime, oh man, with the steam presses, used to go out in the humidity just to cool off. It was terrible. So, all right. Well, what's everybody working on? Oh, John, last week Mary asked me to ask you, but you weren't in the chat. Does Hodem Meta, will it do canonical URLs? I think that's what you asked me, right, Mary? Canonical URLs. I can check here. There's the chat here, and I will make sure that I got the right thing. Yes, canonical URLs. Also, we were I was trying to show you an example of Google Tag Manager when on one of my sites, the extension I had installed, and I could not find it. I was looking on the wrong site. So I can show you that right now too, John, how this particular solution is being employed. Oh. I'm just about to get blocked out of this site for not putting in the right password enough times. So that one's going to work. And here we go, content articles. And let's go to this one here. I think that will show it. Yeah, here we go. Let me bring it over to the screen. So here I am in an article I have on my site. And so I'm playing around with the Asteroid framework here. So you'll see some of their options up here. Helix blog options. I think that's something I accidentally installed. Long story. But here is the Google Structured Data tag, a tab. And so basically for every article I can manually add structured data by hitting the plus tag, and then it gives me these choices, which I am guessing are all the choices that are available: article, course, event, fact check, job posting, product, recipe, review, video, custom code. And when I select that, so for instance, let's put in oh, I don't know what custom code would be. Let's go article. And then it opens up this window, and now in the article I can go with the title, which is automatically put in there, the content type, select the structured data content type that you want, Let's see what we got in there. Not offering it anything there. Oh, image. I can go image. I can select the image. Let's see here. Oh, I've got a lot of other. Oh, map content type properties with page fields, custom fields, site info, meta, or custom values. This is different. This is different than the other thing that I was looking at. Interesting, because they have, you can map the image tag to the fields here. To a page, to site info, to custom info, fixed image. Oh, and then you select. Then you can select a specific image, or you can upload it. So I've been doing that, linking it to the to my page. I did not see this other option for mapping those particular tags to things. So, anyways, that's an example of how someone is doing it with their extension. Of course, now with this map, and it's not putting. This is not in the core. Although it does seem to allow for the possibility of mapping to a field, which we saw up here. Image, author. Where did I see that? Title, description, author. I needed author. Oh, it says custom fields, so maybe it's not offering it unless it shows up. But anyways, that's how they're doing that solution there. And then you save as for each article. Now, the drag here, I think, is that this will go away if I don't renew this extension. And of course, if someone doesn't have HOTA Meta after they stop using it, they won't have it either. But they will still at least have everything in the fields with your methods. So I think it's still superior there. So John says, not by itself, about canonical URLs. The only thing HOTA Meta does is outputting the meta tags assigned to the article. Does not look on URL or any other comparison. So it's actually a simple plugin. Mary, do you use SH404 SEF? Because I believe that it does canonical URLs in it. Let's take a look at this particular page here. My CyberSalt page, which I'm slowly getting into place here. Let's go to Services Consulting, the page that we were just looking at. And right click and view the page source. And go F3 to search for CANON. Up at the top here it says link href https cybersalt.com/services/consulting relationship equals canonical. Oh, okay, so you got a situation where SH404 is messing up some other stuff. Okay. Yes, I know there's one site I was just on. You know, I have this, here, I should show you my screen too, right? Here's the source that I was just talking about there. Up here for this particular page, the URL, the canonical link is here. The reason that the purpose for canonical link is, let's suppose that somewhere else you have this same page, and it's coming up with under a different URL. Perhaps it's not showing the category, or it's being referred to in somewhere else. Anyways, it ends up with a duplicate URL, which Google does not like, because that hurts you in search results. So basically, everywhere this page occurs, it should have only one URL, which is a canonical URL. So anywhere this page shows up under any link, SH404 SCF is going to tell everyone this is the one true location for this page. So if a search engine is spidering your site and it sees this page somewhere else, it says, whoa, oh, wait a second, this is not where this one lives. The main spot for this is here, and so they create a link for it. What Mary is talking about, I think, is have you, Mary, have you I guess if you still want canonical URL, have you turned off sh404 SEF for just the one component that it's messing up? Because that's what's happening in this site here that I did. I was having a problem with, log in there. I was having a problem with people and their unsubscribe link in their newsletters and ACY mailing. And so because sh404 SEF was grouping a bunch of stuff together as one link. And so I wanted people to be able to just go to a specific one. So what I did was, now we can view the front page of this. I turned off sh404 SEF for my newsletters archive. Hey Chuck, good to see you, man. And so as you can see, if you look down at the bottom left hand corner, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's see here. Control plus. No, okay, so you can't see it. I can't make it bigger. But so let's go Control 0 to get that back. When I mouse over, hello Ivor, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you here. If you guys want to come on Zoom, there's the link. So when I mouse over, for instance, the blogs link down in the left-hand corner, and I'm pointing with my finger, but you can't see it, but you know where the bottom left is. It just says cybersalt.org/blogs. It's a 404. It's a search engine friendly URL. But when I mouse over Cybersalt Digest issue 4420, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner a huge long URL because I've turned sh404 SEF does not use. I don't use it for ACY mailing. I just go with those raw URLs there. There's probably some way I could fine tune that, but I've never bothered doing it because I just needed it to work when I realized that it wasn't. Mary says she's tried everything when using Joomla routing sh404 SEF. Oh, when using Joomla routing sh404 SEF. Well, I say routing. I probably is routing. Right, Vinny? Routing, sh404 SEF routes it correctly, but you lose the canonical declaration. It keeps the open graph tags, though. Okay. Weird. And is that for the whole site, or just an extension or component? Anyways, so I turned it off, so I don't have search engine friendly URLs for my archives here. But the trade-off is the unsubscribe links that are unique to people actually work, and that's generally how I remember that issue there. So, all right, Chuck, you're probably still working on the theater site. Ivor, what have you been working on? Okay, so the whole site is a subcontractor, and the SEO guy is very specific as to what he wants. Okay. Ivor has been on holiday. Excellent. Holidays are good. Yeah, Mary, it might just be worth contacting. I think, is it Yannick that does sh404 SEF? Yannick Burgess, I think, is it? Could be wrong. But Mary, you don't know what a holiday is? Well, Mary, you don't need a holiday because you have goat therapy all the time. You just kind of go out and let them, you just get down on your hands and knees and let one of them jump up on your back and be king of the mountain and massage your back. So holidays are for people that don't have goats. Because goats are very little work, I understand. Yeah, I know that's not true. Yeah, they might come up with, especially if they're looking at what the deal is or that, they might come up with something really customized. Yes, indeedy. While we're on here, why don't we have some fun? We've done this before. Let's go to, There's Mary's Facebook page. It's all public there, so not giving anything away. Okay, let's go to some groups here. See more groups. Oh, I think that's down here. Joomla extensions. Let's pop in and see what someone just posted and check it out. Please only post extensions here, okay? Looking for someone that can give customizable link button at the bottom of your articles on a website. Don't want to do it. Customizable. Here's someone looking for a customizable link or button at the bottom of all my articles on a website. Huh. There you go. That'd be interesting. You could probably just do that with Regular Labs. You've got a good start on your catering site. The client likes the start. Only a few pages done. But I like it. Okay. HTTP yourvancouver.com/taco. Nice.
I like tacos.
Yeah, Vinny likes tacos. Look at this. Vinny. Oh my goodness, you must love this site. Look, there's some yummy stuff there. This hot dog looks good. This hot dog does not look good to me, the Cincinnati hot dog, because that's probably chili, right? But that hot dog
Wait a minute.
good.
You don't like chili on your hot dogs?
I don't like chili, period.
How do you not like chili?
Well, I'm just still bitter about what they did to Peru. No, I don't know what. I don't even know if they did anything to Peru. But I just don't like spicy stuff, and I don't like. I'm a big food consistency eater, so I like the crunch of potato chips as much as I like the taste of potato chips. In fact, if the potato chip is crunchy, I'll even forgive a little bit of the flavor being off. So I just don't. And beans, they just mush, right? So it's just not one of my things. Well, Chuck says that's why I'm Canadian, because I don't like chili. There's tons of people up here that like chili.
Oh my gosh! You know, I just got done eating like pea soup. That's Canadian, kind of.
Yeah. It might be Dutch though. When we went on an Alaska cruise, and they brought out pea soup for us when we were being alongside the glacier. We were watching the glacier, watching for pieces falling off, and we were out there for hours. And all of a sudden, they just showed up with pea soup. But
you're outvoted here.
Pulled pork. That reminds me of a restaurant that used to be here in Victoria. That it was, what was it? Basically, it could have been called meat, because that's all it was, and everyone loved it. Everyone was raving about it. So Susan and I finally went to it, and when we got in, the air had a taste to it, which you thought, oh, this is going to be great. But then the water had that taste. The serviettes, or whatever you call those down in the States, when you go to wipe your face, everything had one meat taste. Everything in that place tasted like the same meat, and it was oppressive. I know it sounds like it should be a glorious experience, but I'll tell you, you just felt like you went out with that meat smell. It was not. Mary, I know you showed this for us to talk about your site, but I'm just checking out. There you go. What do we got? Steak taco. That looks good.
Tim is going through and telling us all the things wrong with this meat.
No, this steak taco is great, and this skirt steak looks good. And what's shrimp and cucumber? Yeah, not a big seafood fan. Steak skewers. I caught a 36-pound salmon once, and everyone was really super happy, and I liked it being in the picture with it, but I did not. I don't really like fish. Mushrooms. Now, mushrooms are great. Love mushrooms.
I don't eat fungus.
Yes, that's a good point, Mary. You had a great photographer, so win for you. Yeah, because this looks great.
I tell that to my clients all the time. It's amazing. Pictures speak volumes. You need to have great pictures. for your website.
Your wedding party trucks. Mary, do you ever are they supplying the pictures for this too? I see the watermarks, or do you have to find them somewhere for you? And if so, have you ever used anything off of Pixabay, which is free? They've got some great stuff there. But party trucks, local barbecue. Let's go. Not there yet. Book a truck. Cool. Got the form happening there. Home. Square. Mixed. And of course, these are things that you're showing your client. Yeah, for them to pick. Excellent. Man, I am looking forward to lunch. We went to a place, there's a Whole Foods. Do you have Whole Foods in the States, Vinny? Or anyone? It's a supermarket, but they have a whole section of hot food, always waiting. It's like a cruise ship, except you have to pay for the food. But you just line up. Chuck says yes.
There are Whole Foods in the States. We just don't have them around here.
Okay. And then, anyway, so we were there the other night because we had a couple of kids here and grandkids here. And so we went to get Chinese food. So I'm not a big Chinese food fan either, but I love chicken balls. So we went over there and ended up, I bought some deli meat because we were out of deli meat. So for lunches, especially now that Susan is not here today, that's going to be an easy lunch meal for me. And so they had Irish smoked ham. Now, I have never seen that before. And I thought, well, how many different ways can you smoke stuff, right? Like you've got Irish smoked ham, and there was a couple other kinds of smoking. But I figured they must have some unique twist on that they're doing to it. So.
Actually, Chuck, colors that make you hungry are red and yellows.
Red and yellows?
Yeah, not green. Red and yellows make you hungry. That's why Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, that's why they use reds and yellows in their logos.
Okay, cool.
That's why if you go into their restaurants, their attire is consistent of reds, oranges, and yellows.
All right. So, what does you to know that you must be a color expert?
No. I just I've had well, there's a reason why web help is blue. Blue means loyalty. So that's why you see a lot of blue logos out there. Because they mean trustworthy, loyalty. So I've done a lot of research on colors because when you choose a logo, it's not just like, oh, I like this color. There's a reason why every time I watch Tim's show, I get kind of hungry because he uses a lot of orange.
Yes. Well, and you know what? Just the other, because I use orange because, like you said, I'm one of those dumb people that just went with the favorite color. I know you didn't say it in those words, but.
Well, I didn't mean that at all.
No, but anyways, I love orange, so I just wanted orange. And so, in fact, if you ever notice, this is an old logo for me here. It's a terrible example up there. It's not very big. I could find it. But anyways, a guy designed it for me 20 something years ago because I just needed a logo for my web stuff. So he was taking logo design at school. So he says, what do you want? And I said, well, I told him the idea behind the name Cybersalt. And then I said, I just like orange. So I'd like orange to be in it. And so I'll maybe find a bigger version of that. But the other day I was just thinking, man, I have so much orange, but I wonder if I'm conveying the wrong thing. Because, I don't want them to go to my cybersalt.com site here, consulting, and look at this and say, oh, orange. Oh, I'll do this later. I'm hungry. And then get up and walk away from the computer. So, although I do have some blue accidentally. So what does orange convey? color meaning. The color of orange is associated with meanings of joy, warmth, heat, sunshine, enthusiasm, creativity. Oh, okay, I'll leave it. Although, look at that. Encouragement, change, determination, health, stimulation, happiness, fun, enjoyment, balance, sexuality, freedom, expression, and fascination. Wow. That's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, because when I come to... No, I'm not going to say it.
I was just going to say, man, people watching, coming to my website, according to that, they either feel joy, warmth, or heat, or they're getting horny, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. So, anyways, and that's way better than what you were going to say, Vinny.
No, I was just going to say something about exploring sexuality. So.
Yeah. All right, so I can stick with orange then because it's creative. I'll stay with it. It's creative, and we've got the blue in there for some loyalty. Goes to purple too. Loyal, royal, who knows? All right. Still need to do some work on my site though. I know that green is associated with money, right? As a color. What does green convey in logos? Let's check this out here. Represents growth, evokes feeling of relaxation and healing. Oh, okay. It's a color of healthy vegetation, so it reminds viewers of nature and health. It's also associated with money and wealth. Okay, I knew that one. Excellent.
So basically, when you go around looking at different logos, give that kind of a thought, because these people, especially these big companies, they spend lots of money on researching.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of logos, they have like hidden meanings in them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I mean, there's just no end of the levels of improvement that we can do for ourselves and for our clients. We have Canada's largest social media conference is Social Media Camp, and it's here in Victoria. It's its 10th year. I've mentioned it before. People that are from Victoria are the founded it. I know one guy. I know one loosely. I know one a little bit better, but really not that well either. I was looking at the agenda for it. It's coming up in, I think it's in April here in Victoria, and some of the topics were really, really specific, and how to use social media in the health industry or health and medical industry or for large government areas or offices. And I thought, yeah, this is really smart that there's a whole section out there where people just get that and are teaching it, because that's not one. I mean, so I post my stuff on social media to let people know what's going on channels, but I don't spend any money, or I don't have any specific targeting. So, and partly just because that's not one of the acts in this one-man show right now. So, business, it's a challenge. Let's see. Vinny does have a good point with colors. Tell your clients. Mary, is that only on articles, as Hodameta only works on... Oh, is that only on articles, as Hodameta only works on articles? You can not make or define anything outside articles. Mary says, oh, I see. That makes sense. The former designer used SP Page Builder. Okay. Okay. Yes, and that's a good point there too, Mary. It's easy enough to change the color. You know, one of the lines that I say to people when I meet to show them a web page, I say, look, you just tell me whatever you think about this, because you're not kicking my dog. This is a web page I'm building for you. It's easy to change the channel. I can move things around. I can make things, because I think sometimes people are a little bit worried, especially working with creative people, that if you criticize it or don't like something, it's like you're going to hurt their feelings, or that's going to create tension. I think for the most part, we just want people to be happy, and it's easy for us to change things. And who wants to waste time with people trying to be nice to us about wanting a color change? Just tell us. Now, some of the other stupid stuff they ask for, okay, maybe that, we just practice our poker face.
That's my biggest, I think my biggest weakness is that I put a lot of thought into why I do a certain thing. So if someone says, "Well, I don't like that. I want to move it there," well, there's reasons why I did it there.
Yep.
And I tried to explain that. Well, I still don't like it. I think it's important for them to know that while it is their site and the look and feel is their own, there are some advantages of bowing down to someone's experience.
No.
I don't tell them how to run their company and what they should do better in their company because they're the expert in their field.
No.
I think the same thing applies to web design, and that's my biggest problem with those WYSIWYG, Wix and stuff like that, is that the person designing them does not know how to build a website. I mean, they even have those commercials where they say, "I do not know how to build a website." You're right, and you just built one in Wix, and you still don't know how to build one.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Yeah. That's like saying, I don't know how to perform surgery, but I went to the mall to the House of Knives, and now I have knives. Mary, just looking at the web page here, one thing that I know that Vinny would agree with is you should probably do this in Comic Sans.
No.
Ivor says he uses CK, template creator CK. He likes it better because it uses Joomla module positions. Mary says she hates SP page builder, but the client would have to pay for you to convert it to what you like. Yeah, that's another good point about working for clients, because sometimes when you pick up a site, there's some funny stuff that's in there that that someone has figured out and known how to do, or has worked around, or done in an older version, and maybe something's changed, and then we come along and it's like our favorite way of doing things, and the way that the system that we use, and it's like, okay, which probably builds into the time for managing hosting. Vinny, you were going to say something?
No.
Okay. Hey, if you want to see something that is kind of interesting, let me just go over to this page here, just in case we don't want something on my Facebook. This is something that Mary was talking about in, I don't know if we talked about it last week or it was just on Facebook, but Joomla user group down in Australia live streamed a meeting of their group, and it was really interesting. So I should just share the link with that to you here. Let's see. We'll go down. Where was it? I almost should have just memorized this. 17. Oh boy, there's a bunch of posts in here. Did I just get watching? They were talking about how to raise your prices with your clients. And in talking about that, there were some really great suggestions. You could see how this guy had organized his business. There we go. It was the Joomla Australia. And so I'll post this. Let's see. Where are we here? There we go. I'm going to save this video for later. Joomla Australia was live. Can I copy? The sound wasn't super great on this. Here we go. Share. Let's see here, man. It's just sharing my timeline. You know what? I'm gonna just share this to the basic Joomla tutorials site, Facebook page, because then that will be easier to find. I will share it to a page, and here we go. I will select that page, which will be basic Joomla tutorials. Presentation. correctly spelled points. I really enjoyed a number of the points in this presentation and discussion. I will post that there. And then that means I can just go back to Facebook and I can go find the basic Joomla tutorials Facebook group. And I'll just post that in chat right now. So yeah, head on over and give this a listen later on today. Because one of the points that I really liked that he made in here was, well, he talked about Google pages, Google business pages, and how really important that is, especially with the fact that there are companies calling your client saying, oh, you haven't claimed your Google page, your Google business page. Would you like to pay us to do it? So he said, because their clients are being approached by that, by companies doing that, because they know them and want to care for them, this is something that they're working their service. But one of the things that I really liked was their emphasis on managed web hosting, and we've talked about a bunch about this in the past. And I know that this is something in Vinny's payment structure on his site. But instead of just selling web hosting, selling managed web hosting, and having that stable income, as Vinny's mentioned before, but just having people set up for doing things for them and letting them know what's needed in that. And he also made an interesting point about bundling things together. He says if you start separating services and have lots of different prices for things, so say something like security and updates, if you have it hived off, someone will say, oh, I don't need that, and then they'll just say no. Whereas if you have bundled hosting or a bundled service with a lot of things for a price, then people can budget, you're budgeting, and they're getting really what they need, which sort of speaks to what you were saying before, Vinny, about people not knowing how to make a web page but still trying to do it. So,
well, look at like some other companies that do this, like your telephone company, your cable providers. There's reasons why they have all these useless stations that you can watch, but they bundle it all in with the stations you want, because you're not going to buy them otherwise. You're not going to pay for this station and this station a la carte, even though we say that we like it a la carte. But we honestly do not want to be paying individual prices for all these things and never knowing what we're paying for, or just getting all these payments. One payment for a bulk amount of stuff. That's how we prefer to do things. That's how we've been conditioned to do things. And I think what works for the big companies, they put all the research into it. That's why I do the rollover minutes, because it feels like for them they're getting a value to their monthly minutes, whereas it's really not hurting me anything. It's not hurting me at all.
Yeah. And I totally agree with you, with the one caveat being, did you know that in Canada you can create your own cable package with only the channels that you want?
Well, aren't you lucky? You also have like better health insurance too, so
Yeah, people kept saying, listen, we just want to pay so much for the channels that we want, and so we actually have a lot more control. I don't know if you can pick I mean, I don't have cable at all, right? We cut cable a long time ago. I mean, I at the time had internet through cable, but anyways, but yeah, you can say I would like History Channel and Discovery, and I would like this channel and this channel, and you can be more specific. So,
well, they're doing that now with like streaming services. I mean, Disney recently took their stuff off of Netflix, so now they're starting their own streaming service. And the problem I have with that is all these stations like CBS, NBC, they're all having their own streaming services. I'd rather just go to one place. Like I like going to Hulu and I get shows I want to watch. I don't want to have 4 or 5 different logins to 4 or 5 different places to check out what I want to watch. I want it conveniently in one area. But that's me.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else is happening in the extensions here while we continue to talk away here.
About security, I find that most clients don't value security as an option to pay for until after something happens.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be preventative about things.
Yeah.
They want to be reactionary. And then they're upset because you charge them a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, I've thought that maybe one thing that we could do, I could do, is to tell people, okay, it's this much for managed hosting, which includes security. If you don't want that and you get hacked and it creates problems on my server, it's going to be $90 an hour. So, and plus whatever other lost time, because I've had some people mess some stuff up. Not on my server, because on my server I'm running Cloud Linux, so every account is in its own little area. So for instance, I could let someone run 5.4 for a program, PHP 5.4 for some program on their site, even though it's very insecure. I mean, if they insisted on it, okay, that's fine. I'd give them their own IP and then they can do it. But they're stuck in their own little cell, in their own little area. So anything that happens in there does not get out. But go ahead.
One of the things I do is, especially with the, I charge this much a month for, adding me managing your security. And if you're on that, and something happens, like you get hacked, you don't have to pay any extra because I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
However, if they're not on it, and 9 times out of 10 they're not on it, what I do is I go to the price that Phil Taylor has for hack sites,
yeah,
and I add like $50.
And you add $50?
I add $50 because what I'll end up doing is just hiring him to do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's great. Listen, I am pondering, because I have a bunch of and I think we all see people that could use sites that don't have a lot of money or knowledge, and they're not going to go for the whole shebang that we would give for a full-blown site. But they're startups, they're starting things up. They're, hey, I'm getting a lot of traffic on my Facebook page. I'd like a web page, and but there's I don't have the I need to find someone that I can. I need employees that I can get to do some other things like that. Where can we all use employees? That's like the whole thing about, what's the movie where the guy keeps cloning himself?
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity. Yes, that's what I need to. The only problem is, he makes a clone of a clone, and the guy turns out to be a real idiot. All of my clones would start out as idiots right from the original. So,
right.
All right.
No, not right.
What's that?
So that's not right. You're not an idiot.
I know I'm not an idiot, but I am sometimes. But
no, you're just you do the dumb things that we all think about.
Oh no, and I'm fine with that.
You do the things that people are afraid to admit they do.
Oh yes, I'll admit to that.
I mean, we've all done some of the stuff you've done.
Yes. Everyone ever driven a screwdriver through a freezer or a fridge, defrosting it?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, there you go. Chuck, you said you use Sling. What is Sling? Is it an online service? Ivor says he also does that Vinny security and upgrade option. Yep.
Yeah. That's why I say with my backups, I have a backup service. So if anything happens, if you're paying for a subscription, anything happens to your website, I have a backup. I will restore your backup with no additional charge.
Yeah.
I will get your site back up without charging you anymore. But that's if you have a subscription. Most people don't like that option. They just want you to, jump when it happens, when it breaks. Well, you're not on a subscription. You have to schedule time.
Yeah. Yes, and I have been mulling it over from in this discussion and looking at yours, and I thought, it's a great way to let people know that if they're on that repeating thing, that that you're budgeting time for them, and that if people contact you without it, that you certainly want to serve them, but we'll have to do it in the workload at any given time.
Yeah.
Hey, I just clicked on this in the extensions on Facebook. No Boss extensions. And it's an events calendar. Make your events unmissable with attractive and interactive calendars. And they have a little preview video on YouTube nonetheless. Is there going to be a voice? Calendar. I'll narrate while going here. They can use it. Calendar that only displays the events of the month.
Yeah, you
New from nobossextensions.com. Choose a theme. Once you select your theme, blah blah blah. Click here. You can preview how your calendar will look on different devices by clicking up here at the top. Click on a specific day to see what's scheduled, and then back right to the month. Ta-da! There you go.
You should do voice work.
What's that?
You should do voice work.
I would love to do more voice work. I'm really enjoying the voice work I'm doing for regular labs.
You're the voice of regular labs.
I am. I'm the voice of Firewise Learning Academy too. Actually, you know what? I'm not the voice of regular labs because there's another narrator that's helping on the videos as well.
Well, that's inconsistent, and I don't like it.
We'll go over and listen to her in a second. Different models, event information, register details like period, title, description, category filter.
Spam.
No, actually, you know what, Vinny? I disconnected that phone after you mocked me. No, you suggested it. It was a great idea, and I thought I'm going to do that. I should just take a very quick look here since we're live streaming, just in case. Oh, it's TELUS, my internet provider. Boy, oh boy. Wonder if they're going to offer me faster internet for free.
I doubt it.
I'm not going to interrupt the live stream and talk to someone there. All right, so we'll talk about that phone in a second. Yeah, no, the phone. So I have my old business line, which only gets spam now, spam calls, and I had it running, hooked up to a phone that I never even answered. And then Vinny said, "Why don't you just unplug it?" And I was like, of course. So it's a VoIP number, and I pay like $1.99 a month for it. And basically, I use that number on all my domain registrations, so it's sort of like privacy. And I have a message on there when people call saying, "Oh, this thanks for, if you want to contact me, go to the website and leave a message," so people can still contact me. But I don't get those spam calls ringing anymore. Responsivity, unlimited items. Do more in your site, creating as many records as you want. Infinite possibilities. SEO and accessibility. Qualified support, and much more. I wonder what other apps they have here. I've never heard of No Boss extensions. Prices and packages. Oh, then this is just their events calendar too. $9.99 for a calendar. $11.99. Pay only once.
That's
Lifetime
cheaper.
updates, 12 months technical support. What'd you say?
That's cheaper than a lot of some of the other ones.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. Let's see the advantages. Oh, I just read them all. Frequently asked prices and package quotation. Frequently asked questions. Can I use the extension on many website? Yeah. And a support period to keep working? Yes. How does license renewals work? What are the payment methods? They also have image gallery, user testimonials, and maps with contact options. Interesting.
Well, you see, John, here in North America, the companies own the government, and they get to dictate a lot of what happens.
And a lot of our calls come from the United States, John, here in Canada. So, And the reason I know that is because I get the number one. Well, recently I've been getting a lot of, "Hi, I'm Jane, your Google and Bing specialist." Yeah. The other thing is, but the main thing another thing that we keep getting is telling me that there's room to sign up for a health plan, and it's like, please, someone in the States, just don't call Canadian area codes. We don't need healthcare. So, anyways,
Tell them that.
What's that?
That's when you start preaching about how wonderful Canada is, and they should move up there.
Yeah, but they're just robo dialers, and of course, then when you click 0 or 9 to speak to someone and say, "Hey, could you talk?" The person answering the phone is not talking to whoever's programming it. Because if they were smart enough to organize their business that way, they would have figured out, hey, why don't we not call Canadian numbers? Hey, let's check out this user testimonials here, because that's always something that's nice to have set up really easy. Use a complete testimonials solution with the option for your users to send data directly through your website as text, photo, or video. Choose one between various ready-to-use layout options and set the display according to your need. So submission form, so they can submit. Choose which personal data from student and professionals which will be asked and displayed. Testimonials group, set forms, display data and layouts for each section of the site. User photo, moderation, quick start. Enable testimonials moderation. So this looks like it's more than just collecting it. It gives a form for people to submit, and then you can just show certain information. Chuck says the wealthiest 26 billionaires own the same wealth as the poorest 3.8 billion people. Yeah.
I'm in good company.
Yes, you and your 25 other friends.
Yeah. If I was a billionaire, do you think I'd be wasting my time with this little live stream?
I'm crushed. That just makes me want to end the stream and go up and cry while I eat Irish smoked ham. Let's see some demo. Here's the demo. Yes, Mary, isn't that terrible?
Let's be honest, Mary. I don't have any friends. You guys are my only friends.
Oh, now it's getting sad. So here's these testimonials. That's a nice layout.
Yeah, but honestly, whoever submits an image for a testimonial?
Yeah, that's true. But if you're going to put your company name in, and who knows? Even then, you could just, even if you're not going to show the images, here's a actual customer review, Digital Pacific client testimonial. Let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, but Chris, Facebook already has your image. That's the profile way. The only way that would work is if they were a member on your website.
My name is Michael Archer. I'm the director of Acid Green. We're a full-service digital agency providing digital strategy, graphic design, web development, e-commerce and internet marketing. Founded the company in 2000, so we've been around for 11 years now. Being online for Acid Green is absolutely critical, especially for all our clients. We promote ourselves as digital specialists, and all our clients are running online businesses, so it is essential that they're online. So partnering with someone like Digital Pacific to ensure they stay online is critical.
Not sure what the point of this is. Are the actual clients of this site? Let's see, maybe we'll get to...
Sad. I feel like using generic true to her form. Capture
or is
her.
this showing how you could use this to show customer reviews on video? That's probably what they're showing. It has a video element that you can You can have people do a customer review for, and you could put it on there. Okay. I thought that that was customer reviews of people who have used this extension. Here's some nice layouts here, though. Here, meet our customers with the thought bubble. I mean, if this is what you want to go with, you could always ask people for a picture. And like, yeah, like Chuck said, Facebook knows. You could. I don't know if you can use the API for that, but you could always just go to someone's web page and ask them if you could use a picture with their testimonial. See, one of the other things too, I think that's most important for testimonials is to get them for your Google Businesses page. And to just ask people if they wouldn't mind going there and filling out a comment. So
For your LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. LinkedIn does recommendations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he's got questions. Text us via WhatsApp. Well, that's a different way to contact.
Yes, Tim. Different way.
What's that?
Yes, Tim. It is a different way.
Well, yeah, but how often do you see WhatsApp as a support option?
I see it a lot, actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I must hang out in those shady areas.
Maybe. And this developer is in Brazil. Cool. All right. What was their other app here that I was going to check out because it looks interesting. Their testimonial app. Oh, maps with contact options. I think, Chuck, you were in on that live stream out of Texas where they were looking at map options, correct? I think you went to that. Yes, because you mentioned that you had mentioned about the channel here. I wonder if they have their recording up on that yet. Is the recording up? Do you know where it is? I see you said yes. Interactive maps and contact options in one place. Oh, and Mary was there too. That's right. Contact that provide. What's that, Vinny?
They were representing.
Representing. Dallas user group. Okay. Oh, on the Joomla. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's check this out here. Maps with contact options. Dallas user group YouTube. Okay, contact options. Map display. Provide along with the map a form or contact information. Set display modes by routes. Search results, satellite, street view, among others. So it looks like this maybe works with Google Maps. Use an extension developed and tested with performance, infinite, unlimited items. Let's go to the demo. There's a map with free content. Well, we've got the big square there and the pinpoint. Here's another format. This looks like, oh, so this is using Google Maps. This one, oh, that one is as well. Some nice layouts, and then having the contact to the right. Let's check it out on a phone. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh, there we go. It came in. Change the view to phone. Okay, and you put your contact just on top. That's pretty nice. Okay, there's the big contact there, and then the map is, oh, is hiding behind. Oh, but you can scroll down to where that is. Nice to have those different layouts. And let's do the demo here again. So map to the left, map above with the location underneath, map, oh, the map with the form. Cool. Map to where you are with a form to use to submit. Contact us. Okay. And contact form there. Interesting. Classic map. Contact us. Oh, there's a cool looking map. Nice and dark. And that's Google Maps as well. I like that dark theme.
That actually is All that stuff can be done with the Google API.
Oh, okay.
You can get ways of viewing it differently.
Okay. I did not know that. All right, let's go to back to show a little bit of chat there, and I'm going to look for Dallas User Group YouTube. Dallas Joomla User Group YouTube. Find the link for that. There we go. I'm going to watch this video later on.
For displaying maps, and in particular for displaying open paid extensions that will do open source maps, but
we'll give that a try. See how the sound is, how the recording was. Well, here's the link, everybody, if you want to watch that later on. Probably we'll listen to it and then share it on the Basic Joomla Tutorials Facebook group as well. All right, back to here. Yeah, that's neat. I like that dark view. That looks really nice. Well, so you do that in the API. You must have it so that you can select it in the app here then.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways, and people have created a ton of different looks for that kind of stuff.
Nice. This is how your maps could look like with No Boss Map Makers. And that's $9.99.
You know, that's not a bad price for an extension.
Yeah.
Very doable.
I'm going to send him a link to this, telling that we were on here and looking. Maybe he'd like to toss in some for a giveaway. Woo! Get his name out there. I wonder, No Boss, Joomla extensions. Let's go to the JED. Wonder if they're in the JED. Joomla.org. Download and extend extensions. Let's look for No Boss. No Boss Technologies got page selections. We should be able to go into here and click on his to see other. Developer No Boss Technology. Here's his, okay, here's his extensions. He's got No Boss Calendar, YouTube, FAQ, banners. Oh, he's got a lot of stuff, eh? I have never heard of him.
I have neither either.
The complete extensions combo. Let's see how much that costs. This looks like it's for everything. Let's go and see. Combo with 20 Joomla extensions. Save 80% by purchasing multiple Joomla extensions at once. See the plans. Zing. Oh man, look at that. $28.99 to use all 20 of his extensions.
For how long? 6 months?
12 months of update. It's a New Year promotion.
Oh.
No technical support on that, but that's pretty good. Look, he's got events, frequently asked questions, testimonials, video gallery, image gallery, video, YouTube, banners, as carousel, parallax or full page, images, highlights with images, maps, form builder, blog extension, slide share. You know, the great thing about going with, I mean, because eventually, sometimes you just have to choose who you're going to dance with, right? And I think that we all have those favorite developer groups that are companies that have a suite of products, and we just like how they work and how they work together, and we get really comfortable with them. So here's I bet you he's got some people that are using a lot of his stuff and get used to the feel of it, and are building sites, and he's using his own. So good for him. 28, yes. Chuck, you said some interesting free extensions. I did not see where, I didn't even look to see what's free. Let's go back to home here. Joomla, oh, free extensions, there you go. Notifications and promotions. Notify your users about promotions or important notices. Template extension. Build your own template without coding anything. Slide share presentation. Incredible presentation costs impacting your business. Page sections and site footer. The first one, John, the first one, there's no support. The one that was $28 for the year, the New Year special, there was no support. Let me just find that again. Yeah, 12 months of updates, no technical support. 12 months of updates with technical support is an extra $2 and what's the difference between $28.99? Well, this is $28.99 and $31.99 would be $3. Take away a dime, so $2.90 more gets you technical support for the year. I suspect this person might be underselling themselves. Because unless he's selling lots. I knew a guy years ago who was dating someone who's a family, who's a relative, and he literally for months and months and months, and then we're talking like this is back in like 96, 97, 98. Literally had kept all of the Globe and Mail newspapers because they had the stock they had the stock market information, and he was going through day by day or something. He was manually entering in all of this information out of the newspaper into the computer. Of course, remember, it's like 97, so it's not stuff that's super available, I guess. And his plan was he just wanted to find one person that would, one company that would pay him $50,000 for all that information entered in. So that was that's one business model. Do something once and get 50,000 for it, or find 50,000 people that will pay you $1. That's another business model. Yeah, John, you're talking about that's a new way to do it. Chuck says, are you sure about that? Looked like it a separate separate planet. I think you meant something, type something else there. John, you know, regular labs you pay for support in the to be able to type into the support forum.
Well, you can do the free side, or you can type it, but you get that with the extension.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's he got up here? We've got frequently asked questions. Let's get out. Let's go back to home here. Oh, plan. Okay, yes, plan. Yeah, it's a separate plan. Okay, but I knew it wasn't planet that you had typed, especially P-L-A-N-A-T.
Well, he could spell planet that way. We don't know.
Yeah, he might. And you know what? Chuck might just be hungry and need to go out for a hamburger. Oh, I'm bad. Let's see, check out the documentation here. You know, I guess if you buy the plan and then, yeah, for $3. Chuck already had his oatmeal today. Oh, well, you're doing good. Portuguese, that's from in Brazil. I knew someone that spoke Portuguese, and I think I forget was the Spanish and the Portuguese were always commenting on each other's language, and one of them said the other one spoke. I think Portuguese was Spanish spoken by a drunk man, or else the Portuguese said that Spanish was Portuguese spoken by a drunk man. Installing
I think English spoken by a drunk man.
What's that?
I think they're both like English spoken by a drunk man.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the drunk would be better. They're like Italian spoken by a drunk man.
Okay. So here in his documentation, he's got titles, it looks like, and a lot of things that are under construction. So, and the dates are there. So that's the challenge, eh? And I'm sure, as John knows, can attest, is putting together the documentation and support. John, did you go and embed the video of you showing how to use things on your site that I referred to, saying the video was really great when I gave you a review for the extension, in faith that it was going to be there? All right. Anything else fun happening in this extension here? There's a YouTube and Vimeo thing. Oh, you put the video on Jed. In the Jed, okay. Let's check that out. Where are you? Yeah, Regular Labs has, we were looking at that, has support. And you can only post on the forum if you have an active subscription, or so you can either purchase a pro subscription or get one for get 1 month for €5. That's euros, right? Yeah, euros. So €5 for a month. All right, Hoto Meta Joomla. Let's Google and see what comes up. No? Did you mean how to meta Joomla? No, I meant Hoto. There we go. There it is. Full description. So you put the video on here somewhere? I'm just curious. Description. Look at that. 2 reviews. 100 for me and 100 from Vinny. Ooh. Oh, now he's got the 5 stars, Vinny. Remember you said you gave him 100 and he only had 4.5 stars?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Browse the pictures. Oh, up at the top here, I see. Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. Bum, bum, bum. Whoosh. Head on over to Great. basicjoomla.com/giveaways as usual. The usual prizes in there, plus a new prize since last week that we're announcing now. Every month, giving away a 1 month. Excellent. Well, thanks. Browse the pictures. Yeah, I didn't know that you could browse pictures. I just thought that was like a header. All right. Well, everybody, that was fun. So Wednesday, Watch Me Work live stream, we're going to throw some Joomla articles one way or another around to different categories on my client site there, using Replacer and a nice little filter that I got Peter to help me set up. And then we'll hang out some more and see what happens. Next, and then the Wednesday after that, John with his Hoto Meta update, which will only be a 30-minute live stream because of that luncheon that I'm going to. And we will continue to check out what happens on here. So thanks for tuning in and hanging out. John and Ivor, Chuck, Mary, Vinny, lurkers, good to have you here. And until the next time then, if there's anything else there, yes, Mary, you have a great day. We will catch you guys on the flip side. Until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.